Good morning. This is kind of a double duty video that I'm doing today. It is part 4 of Repair the Caregiver, and it is part 1, or I should say 4-star for all of my other clients, because this is something that I do with all of my clients. It has to do with the motivation and the mindfulness, which are the two most important steps in making a change in your life, whether it's physical, mental, spiritual, you're going to be on a diet, you're trying to make life changes. These are the two things that you need to remember. Your motivation is your why. In part 3, I talked about developing your why and why that is important. And the second thing is mindfulness. I work with people and ask them to develop a habit of being aware of their surroundings. You've also heard it called present moment awareness. Eckhart Tolle talks about the power of now. That's everything, all of that is exactly what I'm saying. So in order to do that, I try to build present moment awareness with a meditative relaxation techniques, okay? And I know that in our part of the world, people get a little upset when you start to talk about meditation. They're concerned because it's associated with Eastern philosophies and what people in the States call religion. And so it simply is, for me, a way of life. I have to tell you a funny story. My dad was an alcohol and substance abuse counselor in Delaware for years. It was his second career. And he taught his clients how to relax and everything. So one day we were at home, he and I, on Sunday afternoon, and he said to me, I'm going to go downstairs and relax. Now, something you need to know about my father. He always used to hide candy and ice cream downstairs. And there was a freezer down there. He'd stick the ice cream in there. I don't know where he put his candy, but my sister knew, you know. Anyway, so when he said he was going downstairs, I was thinking, I bet he's going to go down and have some candy or some ice cream. So after a couple of minutes, I snuck down the stairs, and when I got to the bottom of the steps, he's sitting in his recliner, relaxing, got his hands gently set on his lap, his eyes are closed, he's deep breathing, and I was like, oh goodness, I've interrupted him, you know. And I started to turn to walk away, and he said, I told you I was coming down to relax. I said, yeah, but I thought that was code for ice cream. So that every time I talk about it, I have to share that story because that's what comes to mind. He was funny, and he was neat. And he also helped me to learn how to do the relaxation techniques. So, okay, let's get back to that. When you are relaxing, in some schools of thought, you hear the instructor say, empty your mind, empty your mind. Well, people don't like that because they're afraid of what that means. But I'm here to tell you, you cannot empty your mind. Your mind works and chugs away and keeps things going, and the brain is working on patterns, and it loves and recognizes patterns and loves it. And that's how you learn, with patterns and practicing. So I'm saying, don't do that. You have to consider that your mind is like a 2-year-old that is going to scurry all around. It's kind of domino thinking, boom, 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 one after another, and that's what happens when you're trying to fall asleep at night and you can't. That's what your mind is doing. Same thing happens when you're trying to relax or meditate. So my recommendation is to give your mind a job. It likes jobs. The brain likes jobs, and it will help you to relax and not think about your problem. Because the key here is, when you think about your problem, your brain cannot discern whether it's actually happening or it's a memory. And so you stir up all of that upset that you have. All of it comes to the surface, and it's going to drag you down. Don't relive it. Don't retell the story, because it's not going to make you get over the instance, okay? So the first way I'd like you to start to get into the practice is what I call the ignition meditation. Okay, so we travel a lot, we go around in and out of the cars, but I would like you to try to promise yourself that you are going to do this ignition meditation. Every time you put the key into the ignition of your vehicle, I want you to, don't turn it, drop your hands, close your eyes, and do 3 deep breaths. In through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth, gently and quietly. And while you're doing it, you can pay attention to your breathing. You can listen to the sounds outside. If it's windy, is the neighbor's dog barking? Breathing in and out for 3 breaths. Now, it sounds like not much, but you'll forget to do it, or you'll think I'll do that another time. That's really not very important. Just take this first step. Try the ignition meditation, and you'll find that things will begin to slow down, and your mind, your heart, your body will begin to relax. You have a great day. Thanks.